Welcome back to another edition of Ask a Coach. We have already been enthralled in a very deep conversation already. And let me just tell you, to me, it's good and juicy because we all have different opinions about what we should have different opinions about. And it's all about fashion. And that's try fashion. What to wear or what not to wear when you are trying. And how did this come up? Because someone texted me this weekend and they're like, Mashonda, what do I wear? Of course, I'm thinking, I do have a form called Ask a Coach. Put it in there so I can keep all this stuff together. But either way, we're going to get into it. Before we start with what to wear, give the coaches some time to gather their thoughts and do a little cool down because it got heated. What's been going on? What's happened since the last time we taped? Like any highs? Let's celebrate. What's anything to celebrate? Coach Maria?
I survived 4 feet of snow.
Well, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. What does 4 feet of snow even 4 feet? So that's technically, I was about to make a joke. Never mind. But four
That's
feet
as
is
tall as me. Is that what you were going to say? Yeah. See, nobody knows how short I am. Just watching this on the YouTube, but then they meet me and they're like, "Oh, you're all the way down there. That's weird. I thought you were taller." I get that a lot.
when people see me, they're like, "Oh, you're up there."
Yeah.
So no, that's so hilarious. But 4 feet of snow, that's a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting more. Crazy.
that's wild. Coach Lloyd,
Ah,
celebrations.
yeah, I just did the Selma to Montgomery run. It's supposed to be done as a relay, a 9-person relay, but I like an adventure, so I did it by myself. So 51 miles of running. So it was good. Able to get a new PR for the distance and got third overall for solo runners. So I was excited.
Okay, so that's the same race that Sika Henry
Yep,
did.
yep. She
Okay,
got
okay.
first, set a new course record, fastest known time for
Oh
that
wow,
that route. So
wow. I think I saw somebody. Might have been yesterday. I saw somebody who was there, and they had a shirt that said they walked so that we could run.
yep.
So uh, kudos to you and kudos to Coach Maria because listen, shoveling snow is a workout. Okay. I remember when we had mini
I think Lloyd
snowmageddon.
wins this one. He wins this one. Let's just don't try to make my win like good because he rocked it. That was good.
You both rocked it. Rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. Hey. Okay. So now that we've had some time to think, when you're thinking about what to wear to a triathlon, you're a first timer, you don't know where to go, what to do. What are some options that we can discuss to wear and for you, Coach Lloyd, not to wear? So let's just jump right in to
I think
talk
whenever
about that.
so the sport has grown, and because of the advancement in technologies and everything like that, I think we've narrowed everything down to pretty much two options of your choices when you're going to race. You can either go with a one-piece tri kit or a two-piece tri kit. If you're going to go with the two-piece, you're going to have your tri shorts and your tri top. And then if you go with the one piece, it's just a single unit for top and bottom that you're going to use for the swim, bike, and run. Nothing to change out there. And that's getting down to just the real basics of it all. If you're going other distances, you can do all kind of wardrobe changes for longer courses to put on cycling clothes and running clothes for the different disciplines, or something specific for the swim. But in general, it's either going to be a tri top, tri shorts, or a one piece.
Coach Maria?
I mean, this is all true. So I don't have much to add to that other than I will share a first timer story from myself when I first got into not just triathlon, but cycling. walked into the shop wherever I walked into, and I was, oh my God, these bike shorts are so expensive. Bought a $25 pair. Now, anyone listening to this who think about bike shorts knows next 3 weeks in a world of pain, because I thought I was safe, because the expensive ones were like $90 or whatever they were at the time. This was, a bajillion years ago, but they were a lot more money. But I do remember specifically spending $25, and it wasn't on clearance. They were just cheap bike shorts. And I paid in skin. I paid in skin. It's absolutely not worth it. So if you're looking at bike shorts and you're thinking I could get this $20 pair, or I could spend $100, or probably about $120 now in today's economy, I'm telling you right now, it's totally worth it. And not only that, the more expensive bike shorts last. Like, I have bike shorts that are 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10 years old. The 10-year-old ones might be, I should probably throw them out if I'm being honest. But like, easily 5 years you can get out of, as long as you take care of them, you wash them. I like to kind of do that by hand a lot of times just to kind of keep that down. But I will say it's one piece or two piece, just like Coach Lloyd said, but don't skimp on quality, because you will pay with your skin. Without question, it'll be super painful.
I like the don't skip on quality, because you will pay in skin. And for the record, I think we all should talk about that skin so people can understand the reality of what it is. It is the most painful thing you can ever have to wait 6 to 7, maybe 8 to 10 days to heal. Okay. So make sure you treat your buttocks well and your private parts well. And for that matter, all of your parts well. Because that chamois is definitely important. But let's just say, like, you don't have the money and you're just trying to try with what you have. What's some bare minimum? I'm even hurting squinting to even ask this. What's some bare minimum attire that you can wear? And we'll do guys and girls, or ladies.
Yeah, I mean, bare minimum, you've got to get a pair of tri shorts. I mean, for shorter distance races, you don't really have an option to change. So it's not like if you can wear your swim trunks, your swim jammers, and then, jump onto your bike and then keep, with your run shorts, swim into the pool, or the lake, and then get on your bike. So, bare minimum, you have to get a pair of tri shorts as a guy, which you can, skip the top, swim, jump on your bike. You can throw on, any shirt that you have in, dry fit shirt, preferably versus cotton. Throw on any top you want to go on the bike ride, and then, you still have that same shirt on when you go out for the run. So you don't necessarily need a tri top or singlet specifically, but bare minimum, you have to have a pair of tri shorts, just so that you have a little bit of a chamois when you're cycling. Can you ride in run shorts and all that? Sure, but again, as Coach Maria pointed out, you're going to pay for it with skin, and you got to protect yourself. It hurts for both groups. so there's no skimping on that. And again, the chamois for the tri shorts are smaller than for cycling shorts, so they're going to dry fairly quickly when you get out of the water, and it's just enough padding to keep you comfortable on the bike ride. It's not as big of a pad as your traditional cycling shorts, but bare minimum, you've got to get a good pair of tri shorts that you can use for just about everything.
Yep. And if you're looking to save, a lot of local, like if you have a local shop that you can go to, a lot of them are trying to get rid of last season stuff, which hasn't been used, totally fine. So you could get a better deal on something that's actually good quality. They're just discounting it because it's last year's design. If you're not near any shops, which could happen, depending on where you live, then you could do the same kind of search online, looking for last year's styles, going to clearance outlets, sections of all the major brands have a clearance or an outlet section or a, bargain basement, and they're still not going to be maybe $25, but they're going to be cheaper than $150 probably. And for women, the only thing I would add is you're just going to need a sports bra. And that's it. And Lloyd, that's a great tip to, like, you don't necessarily have to buy the fancy top, because that's less of an issue in sprint. If you're a beginner, it's less of an issue. As you progress, you're probably going to want something that's a little bit more aerodynamic, but for your first year, you could save money on the top. That's a great tip. Great tip.
So, what if someone wanted to swim or do a try in their bathing suit? Because I see a lot of people, depending on the distance, trying in suits. Do those suits have like a chamois, or are those swimsuits that are considered tri suits? I don't know about that. So, do you all know?
As far as I know, I don't think they have chamois in them.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess you could sew one in, but I still, I think we were talking about this before you hit record, but I think for your enjoyment as a first timer, you probably want to skip the bathing suit, just because I think it could be uncomfortable. But you can always practice it. To your point, Mashonda, people definitely do try in bathing suits. I just wouldn't make the race the first time you try it.
I think that falls under the category of, don't try this at home. It's like, you may see other folks do it. They may, I would suggest that they've trained for years and years and years and found a, setup configuration on their bike and everything like that that works for them after years and years of training. But it's not for the beginner, not for the faint of heart, and it comes at a price, which for them to get to that point, I'm sure they've paid that price getting there. But, starting out, if you're trying to enjoy yourself and make it comfortable and you want to ride again, you definitely want to, get some shorts.
Should we talk about lube? Because
Yeah.
the chamois might not be enough for some of us.
Mm.
You might also want a little bit of lube.
Yeah. Did you see how we all were like,
I didn't know if that fell into the clothing category or.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's why I asked.
But
I didn't know either.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say you start off with what everyone else tells you, and then you start to find the one that works best for you. I've gone through several iterations of, what works, and it may work for a season or two, and then all of a sudden you come to a new season, it's like, it's just not working like it used to, and then you gotta, do some research and find you a new product, and then that becomes your favorite thing, and it hits all the spots. So if you try something and it works, but then you notice 6 months from now it just doesn't do the job, you're not alone. Try a different brand, a different one. You have the more cream based ones that are a little bit thicker. You have some that are more like lotions, and then some that are, thin, lubricant types that are easily applicable and waterproof.
Any other thoughts with that, Maria?
I mean, I would agree 100%. And you might also find too, especially if you're starting out as a beginner, you might do fine with like a cream based one, or one that's like water soluble. But then if you decide you want to go longer or you start riding longer, you're going to want something a little bit stickier, I guess, for lack of a better way to describe it. Because and I don't want to use brand names because none of the brands are bad,
Right.
but some of them I find do not work well as you extend your ride time. You need something that sticks longer. Yeah.
But that's all the kind of stuff you'll figure out as your rate,
Yep.
you're riding. And once you get started, your first set of rides are going to be relatively short, because you're starting from wherever you are. So those are going to be relatively short, and they're going to progress and get longer and longer and longer. So you have time to kind of experiment and see what's working. And at what point, is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? At what point does that not work anymore for you?
Speaking of lube, do I wear anything under my tri-suit?
Just your
Just the
skin.
lube.
Just asking for the people. The people know.
You want
No,
your
but it's
shorts in contact with you. No, there's no
Yep.
barrier. There's no underwear. Nothing like that
Yep.
underneath.
Yep. Yeah, the underwear will just increase the friction, and then you'll pay again in skin. It's our phrase. That's the
I like
title of
that.
this one. Pay it in skin.
Or don't pay it in skin.
Right. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's another good point too, since you are kind of wearing them. You also may want to think about having several pairs, even if you're washing them after each training session. To extend the life of them, you may want a couple pairs you can rotate, at least to start, in a couple training pairs, and then maybe you have a nice race pair or something like that.
This has been helpful for me. I hope it's helpful for those of you who are listening or viewing this actually, so that you know what to wear, what's the bare minimum that you need, what's the most that you should have, and how to protect what you do have with some lube, because that's important. And do not wear underwear or anything under your tri-suit. And if you have to do it in, say, bike shorts and a fitted top or a sports bra, just know you may feel like a saggy diaper. And that's okay. It just might be uncomfortable. It's not that people have not done it in bike shorts. It's just you're going to feel like you have a diaper on. So you're not going to be able to move as smoothly and swiftly as you would if you had on tri shorts. Tri shorts are made very specifically so that you can get wet and kind of proceed on and not have to worry about it. Whereas cycling bibs and shorts are not. So just note that it's not that you can't, it's that you shouldn't. And we want to protect your bum. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it for this one. Whenever you try beginners luck, you always win, especially when you ask a coach. So be sure to sending your questions. I'm noticing that when I post the link sometimes goes and the link sometimes not. It doesn't populate with the hyperlink. So another alternative is going to be TBLPODbiz at trybeginnersluck.com. That's TBL podbiz at trybeginnersluck.com. I'll put that in the link. And if you're looking for a coach who can take you to the next level or just looking to try, be sure to reach out to Coach Maria Simone. That's Maria at No Limits with an S, endurance.com. And then Coach Lloyd, you can reach out to him at Lloyd at onpointfitness.com. That's Lloyd at onpointfitness.com. This will all be in the show notes. So reach out to them if you have questions and want to, do a consult with them because we want you to go to the next level. All right. That's it for us. We're out. Bye, everybody.